Welcome, this is Sado here, and I'm about to show you at least one tournament game. This one's between Napek and BE versus Mr. Fu and Mitrelas. So we've got two Polish players and we've got two Dutch players, and it's definitely going to be an interesting one. We've got two really interesting games scheduled for today because the second game, if it happens, because right now we're not all really sure if that will happen, is between Glovica and Gladiator versus Harry and Blackburn. And I'm more excited for the second one actually, but the first game should also be pretty high level and pretty similar level. So let's start looking at it. The second game is scheduled for like to start in like about 1 hour, so there will probably be a gap between the first and the second game. So I'll probably pause the stream or restart it later. We'll see how long the first one takes. So yeah, let's start with what happens here. We're 30 minutes into the game almost, because I didn't want to start too soon, because the first minutes of the game are not that much interesting anyway, and I also wanted to keep some strength for the later game if I'm going to stream it. So yeah, that's how I'm approaching it today. So we are starting with Napek quickly. Seems like he's only now making the second iron mine, but please remember, and you will see this in the next bases as well, that iron is a bit tough to do on this map. Actually, this log is not that bad regarding iron, but it's still tricky, you know. So I don't think this is too late. In fact, he's already making armors and shields, so this actually doesn't seem too slow for me. And he's also got like enough woodcutters, that's for sure. Even if the zombies are kinda empty, I think they're just right. Yeah. And it seems like he just started cutting here, I think. Which means it will be get a bit better now. Yeah, it seems like he has 6 and the 7th one is coming up. Alright, so yeah, let's take a look at his counterpart in the other team. Maybe actually we should compare to Mr. Fu first, because it's similar location. They are actually mirrored, as you can see. So should be working pretty much the same. We got Mr. Fu, who's famous for his really small bases, and we're not exactly surprised this time. You can see that he's put all the buildings at the bottom of his damn it, of his location. I wish these games were played a bit earlier, because I'm the kind of a guy who really likes to sleep, and you can see it right away, I guess. Yeah, while I usually am active until some like midnight or something like this, I'm considerably less looking like I'm alive and more looking like I'm asleep. So I guess we've got to live with it, especially me. So yeah, at the first look, seems pretty much the same as Napek, except that he went for like trying to produce iron faster instead of making the actual weapons fast. So he's got like 2 smithies up. He also got a little more coal, and I think he's aiming for a bit of a mixture of an army when it comes to iron production, because we've got weapon smithy coming up along with the first armor smithy, which means he's probably gonna start with pikes. Or he makes 3 armor smithies, as we can see here. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Okay, so let's take a look at Mitrelas now. Really simple design of the base. Looks more as working. He kind of needs this road maybe, but maybe this one as well. Yeah. Well, it's a traffic jam, but sorry. But I think he can manage it. Maybe maybe like a shortcut on the right side of the stonemasons could help a bit, but yeah. May also be that there's just a lot of serfs for this stage of the game. The base still seems relatively small. Interesting. Okay, and let's take a look at B. Slightly bigger base, I think, although not many more buildings. It seems like he's aiming for a bit bigger base. We can actually see both bases at the same time. Unless I'm lagging like crazy, but PC keeps up. That's nice. So yeah, you can see B's base is a bit more spread out, while Mitrelas keeps it really small. I mean, as small as you can get. Regarding, I mean, when taking the fact into the account that you've got iron really far away, while B doesn't try to, like, for example, you can see the large gap over here. He's also kind of aiming to make a second road here, I think. Maybe more buildings which would make iron somewhere there. Yeah, so we can take a look at the top as well. In this case, somehow Napek's base seems a bit more compact, although I may be... Yeah, I mean, I don't like this feature of full space where all the traffic towards the iron production over here happens on one road. He's trying to fix it at the moment, but you can see it's a little late. Maybe not a big deal, but there's a bit of a traffic jam over here. While in Napek's case, it's exactly the same. Okay. Yeah, this is strange. I think he should have made the road first. Cause now they really like clutter the base a lot at the moment. Actually, I think it would be even better idea to make this swine farm on the top here, so he could save the road for as long as he can. But he probably has some other plans. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bit less clutter now, so maybe it's gonna be fine. Yeah, what I like about the base, however, is that, especially now, you can see that the core of the base is like here, and it will kind of work. He still needs a couple shortcuts, but sorry, but they're not critical, I think. Okay, this is the time I should advertise everywhere, so hold on for a second. Okay, just give me a second. And I'm gonna go back to commentating. I'm reminding you about the 10-minute delay, which means that what you see now actually happened 10 minutes ago in real life. So I'm pasting the links to the stream. Okay, let me switch up to Michelas's base. Okay, almost there. Hold for a second. I'm gonna show you Mr. Fu's base in the meantime. Okay, so for the break, I think I'm almost done. Okay, so one more thing. Let's fire up the chat. Okay, so sorry for the break. I needed to advertise the stream. So at the moment we've got 14 minutes to peacetime. So let's try to take a look at what happens in the bases at the moment. So you can see B made a really long line, kind of similar to Michela's, but at some point he decided to build his fence a bit another way. I think it might be better actually. Yeah, you can see B is kind of wasting a lot of space here, which makes for a bigger base. I hope that does not mean that it's going to be harder. I mean, it's going to take a longer time to like to do anything in his base. With that being said, he's got 85 serfs, which seems plenty, pretty much plenty for anything. He's got a massive amount of iron shields and armors at the moment already. There's still 13 minutes, so I think he's gonna have at least 35 swordmen on peacetime. This is a pretty nice number, and you can see that he's going for 4 iron mines at the peacetime, and going for even more later on. He probably won't try to go for this, but I think he's gonna end up with 5 iron smithies, maybe sorry, 4 at peacetime, and maybe 5 iron mines. He really needs more coal. Sorry, at the moment. Yeah, last time I looked at this log, I thought that you should probably build in a bit different way here if you want to reach the extra coal. But it does not seem like anyone wants to do it. Like keep building here, for example, or here, and make your all iron production buildings along the way. Reach the coal, make some other buildings here. Yeah, something like this. Maybe instead of some of these buildings, you know, you could try something like that. But it's not that easy to plan on this log if you really want to take everything. And I think probably that the army could suffer as well, the army number on peacetime, I mean. Because if you want to take more than 4 iron mines, it's definitely better than for the long game. I mean, mid-term game, I would actually say. But I'm not sure if this is good for your peacetime army. So I think what B is trying to do is a pretty good compromise. And yeah, he's gonna be pretty powerful on peacetime, I think. Yeah, so at least 35, maybe 40 iron troops. Yeah. Let's see how Mitras responds to this. Pretty good as well. Slightly worse with iron, but it's not a great difference. I think he does not want to expand that much yet. He wants to make a classic kind of base, and he tries to keep it simple and small. Maybe not full style small, but you can see like he's got 7 farms obviously, and he really keeps the building style. I always love that kind of playing style, so let's hope it will work just as well as it looks like. And the leather production doesn't look too bad either. So yeah, let's take a look at the top locations now. We've got Napek on the left and Mr. Fu on the right. Looking at the bases, right away you can see who's got the smaller one. So maybe let's start with it. Mr. Fu, as always, building very small, but would you expect that from Mr. Fu? He's going for 5 iron mines. Interesting. The 5th one was just built. He's got like 3 iron smithies at the moment, but he's going for a 3rd armor smithy. And he will very likely add some extra ones very soon. Like, somehow his iron smithies are not that fast. I don't really get it. And yeah, a bit of a food problem it seems. I'm not sure if this is going to be good enough for yeah, I mean he's got like 2 bakeries coming up, and some problem with stone? Why? I don't really get it, because it's not too far away. But he's got only 4, that's why. And he's even trying to trade. I don't really get what's happening in this base, to be honest. Okay, it was probably just a temporary shortage. So yeah, but I mean usually having four stonemasons is not exactly enough. Uh, but yeah, we'll see. Let me remind you all that after this game is finished, we should have a little break, maybe 30 minutes break or something. And after that, we should probably start another tournament game. If it's not too late for you, please stay and watch with us. Um, it's going to be a game between Glovica and Gladiator versus Hade and Black Pearl. After some problems, this game was finally arranged to happen today, and hopefully it will happen actually. So yeah, let's wait for it. I'm really eagerly waiting for it. I'm even gonna stream it despite quite late hour, I gotta say. I don't expect many viewers on the stream, but especially that it's in the middle of a week, you know, like a Monday. Who would watch streams on Monday? Come on. Uh, I mean, uh, even at that time, I can see at the moment. So like 10 minutes ago, we had like 10 viewers. I think this is pretty much all right for a week game because, like I said, there's less people interested in Knights and Merchants during the week. But I think Napek deserves a mention of his base because we're approaching peacetime, and I think it looks pretty well. He lacks a few swordmen, but apart from that, this is a magnificent base. 8 farms, 3 piggies, 1 stables, or 1 stable, I would say. Because I don't understand how the English name of this building is the plural version of it, but I'm not the guy who translated this game to English, so I cannot know. But apart from strange English names in this game and some grammar mistakes which probably happened in this translation, but I'm not an expert. But anyway, apart from all of this, yeah, I think Napek built a pretty successful and small, sorry, definitely not small, but classic kind of base. Mm. I don't really see any mistakes at that moment, and the army is pretty nice, and he's even got some food at the moment. Yeah, it probably will look a bit better than full, although I'm a bit scared when I see these iron mines because it seems like Mr. Fu is really not satisfied yet. He's going for double iron at least at the moment. So he pretty much has it working actually. So yeah, we're gonna have pretty nice iron amount from him, and along with a lot of horses and pretty good melee. Pretty good leather. I wanted to say. So yeah, if he can pull off good enough food production, then it's looking like a pretty interesting base over here. Okay, so let me just quickly roll over all the barracks because I'm gonna need the hotkeys to be in place in a really short time. Okay, so I'm gonna spend last moments looking at all the bases for a little while. Yeah. So to sum up the styles of the bases before we judge the troops amounts. B went for a bit bigger base, while Mitralas went for a, I mean, it's not small, that's for sure, but slightly more condensed than B. B goes really, really big, and Mitralas condensed his buildings a bit better. And regarding the armies, Mitralas got at the moment 22, but with 10 lacking swords, so it should have been more iron units, and 10 horses is pretty nice, and 36 leather is okay. Good wooden weapons and recruits, B slightly lacking out on the recruits, but magnificent iron. 38, should have like 43 with a few more swords. This is pretty good. A bit worse is the leather production, but not much more, much worse. Not much worse than Mitrela's. What's much worse is the amount of horses, but it's still very competitive. So I'd say they're pretty much even. Maybe slightly better for Mitrela's because of the horses advantage. And between Fu and Napek, wow, there's also a big advantage of the horses on the right side, but there's better spam and quality on the left. You can see this? Can you see this? It's like 53 ladder from Napek, enough recruits for this, I think. And about 28 at the moment, and lacking a few swords, so it's like 35 versus just a few horses versus 11 horses from Fu, about 40 troops, iron troops, and pretty nice leather. It's hard to say who's gonna win here. That's exactly that. I think that's the best what we could have hoped for. Knowing why did he quit? Knowing this is shady. You shouldn't quit like this. Like I mean, I'm hoping he didn't see the stats. I mean, it seemed like okay, he didn't know the password. That's why he was coming back. He needed a long time to come back. I mean, so yeah. Oh, 14 viewers for a Monday game. Come on, guys. Hope you can stay for the next one. Although, yeah, that might take a bit of time. So, not sure if you guys have that much time. So yeah, to sum it up, it looks like the right side has a definite advantage for attacking because they've got a bit better amount of horses, but the left side can defend pretty well. They have some horses, but not too many, except compared to the right side. But they've got better quality troops and a bit more of them, especially Napek with his bowman and B with his swordman. It looked a bit better. So I can't really say who's got an advantage, if anyone, because the horses say that the right side should prevail, but the numbers say the left side. So I think I would put a bit more money on the left still, even despite the amount of horses on the right, but it's really, really hard to make any predictions. I'd rather not make any, because anything can happen here pretty much. As for if the horses are really important on this map, I don't know. The space is pretty closed here, but there's plenty of it, so there's probably a lot of possibility for flanking, so that's one thing that should encourage use of horses. But there are some spots where you can just camp in front of mountains, and it can get a bit campy there. But I don't think I've streamed any game from this map so far. So I'd rather wait and see. I only saw a little bit from the stream of Ritter, I think yesterday, where it was a game from Zoltan and Hydra. I don't remember who was playing against them. It was Ritter actually and Grossmeister. So it seemed like slightly campy setting on this map in the middle, but I'm not really sure what will happen because there's some multiple options you can take in the middle when you try to attack. Okay, I think that's enough talking, so I should probably take a look for something to drink at the moment, and I'll be back in 1 minute. getting more and more viewers, I see, and that's nice. I'm wondering how many there will be until the peacetime. I think it's a pretty interesting game. What we will see after peacetime is anyone's guess, but so far it looks pretty promising, I'd say. Ah, come on. Napek not here. And he's here. So let's hope they can fight for at least 40 minutes. Ah, now I noticed. Sorry guys, I think I disabled my sounds at some moment. Yeah, so let's take a look what happens. This, the middle is relatively simple for scouting. You just go forward, and that's it. You can see Mitralas is probably the best when it comes to scouting at the moment. If I were him, I'd probably go for the bridge first, and with the other house somewhere here, as it's kind of least expected, or maybe here. You can see the other players are not so fast regarding scouting, and let me see how vulnerable this horse is. Pretty vulnerable. But B doesn't really pay enough attention to try and catch that horse. Not to mention the one on the top, although it's kind of trapping itself here, so but it's nothing Mitralas can't fix. It's a pretty interesting formation B is going with here, by the way, but still plenty of time before he can get caught with this snake, so he's probably gonna fix it long before Mitralas can even think about catching it. In the meantime, Napek let Mr. Fu's horse get past. So all in all, it kind of seems like they're gonna have... Oh wait! There's a pretty good scout from Napek and B as well. Not sure who scouted up to here, but we can see Napek continues. Let's try to get a spoiler. Yeah, it's a pretty good decision somehow for Napek. But he can see a lot. That's how can he see this? No, he can't. Yeah, I think Napek's mistake was going like here. I mean, he could try to go there straight away, and that's what I would probably choose. I would try to outmaneuver the horses by blocking them with Mr. Fu's own pikes. This could also work pretty well. And given that your horse will always be faster than the pikes, it gives you an advantage, and you can sneak between the pikes if you are really good. Nevertheless, I think Napek can be reasonably happy with the scouting he did, even if they don't really see enough, I would say. That's the entire battlefield. Maybe like this was better. And they can see quite a lot, but not enough, kind of. Okay, so we can see the armies are still gathering up here. I think both teams are making kind of a mistake because they're not even trying to get together, and this is usually the recipe for success. So I'm not really sure if this is the way. But now Mr. Fuimitrelas went to the middle, so if any time, it's probably gonna be now. Napek is coming up over here. I think he wants to block the passage, but I think it's also a bit risky, and I really don't understand why B isn't even trying to move here. This is a massive mistake, I think. And remembering how the first game looked like, I'm afraid similar thing can happen here, like a little miscommunication. How much does the right side see? They see everything. Really interesting. Like, I don't know. But still, Mitrelas and Fu, I think they don't have enough to attack. And they can see their left side's army, they are a bit scared maybe. Especially the assaults from the bottom player from B. Well, pretty nice. Like you can see there's plenty of melee. Although the amount of bows, I mean, it's okay, I guess. But pretty similar to what Mitrelas has, I think. Mitrelas has like 34, if I count correctly. 34, so exactly the same amount. Just a bit different formation. Okay, so Mitrelas is taking the position in the middle now, which probably means they're gonna try and attack Napek, because B is like completely inactive. I have no idea what he's thinking. Yep, there we go. Fu's just gonna walk in, I'm sure of it. Yeah, now he's gonna wake up. Actually, this might not be the worst catch. If they can somehow catch the pikes over here. Like you can see Napek avoiding the fight as long as he can. Yeah, now look at this. B is gonna block Mitrelas. He really doesn't know what to do, but he's gonna get caught with the horses. If B is doing it right, he's gonna start shooting this. Because otherwise his army is gonna get killed pretty soon, I'm afraid. It doesn't look too good for Napek somehow, because even if it looked like he had a pretty nice advantage at the beginning, he doesn't seem to have one anymore, and I think B needs to really help him at the moment. I mean, yeah, okay, no, sorry. Somehow I think he won over here. Now he's trying to shoot down Mr. Fu, and I think it's gonna work. And Mitrelas is caught in a really stupid spot to fight. Although it's pretty good for like defending, but not the way Mitrelas is fighting. Because if B catches this, and he doesn't have to do it yet, he can just go for Fu, I think. Yeah, Napek is killing off Fu's troops like crazy. Just cold-blooded killer, Napek is. Look at this. He's gonna lose those horses now, but not a big deal, I guess. Yeah, he can. In the meantime, B is starting to lose, which is not nice, I guess, but Napek is trying to kill off the remaining boss. I think he's gonna lose that horse pretty soon, but he's got plenty of them coming. Mitralas is throwing all his forces into the battlefield, trying to kill off these horses. He's probably gonna succeed. Nope. Napek managed to go back and he's killing off Mitralas' boss. It kinda seems like GG, I think. It's gonna be really tough for the right side now because their bows are cornered and they only have some militias which are getting shot down. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I really didn't think that B and Napek are gonna be so aggressive and so well coordinated. I think it really helped that this time I can see B is on the same channel on TeamSpeak with Napek, so they have some communication. And you can see they're fighting like a proper TeamSpeak team today. I think last game was a bit unfortunate in that regard, but this one, yeah, they're pretty scary. I'd even say if they can perform like this in the next games, they've got pretty good chances for this tournament. It was impressive, that's for sure. Anyway, you can see, yeah, just kill that horse. Yeah, you can see like no mistakes, at least at the moment. Mr. Fu has some army, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. Probably they're gonna, oh, but there's that mistake I've been looking for. Yeah. Bye horses. Yeah, I mean, I think they've got enough, that's for sure, to attack Mitralas, but they don't have any melee. This is pretty risky. They can get surrounded easily at the moment, so they have to pick their opponent and fight him as soon as possible and make sure they can get more melee because oh, okay, I like what I see here, but it's still plenty of time before they can get here. But yeah, you can see they're going to kill off everyone around themselves before they try to advance more. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal for them to not lose this, but it's not that easy. You can see that B is kind of struggling. He should probably try to defend Napek at the moment, but as long as this comes, it's GG. They have a massive amount of bowmen, and obviously if they can protect it with something, it's gonna be way tougher for the right side team. Okay, so yeah, I think oh, Mr. Fu tried to attack the reinforcements. I mean, they can kill off this horse easily, but they're gonna lose the reinforcements without much effort. You can see they're gathering some army and they're trying to surround the left side. It's pretty good idea, I think, but I still don't think they have a chance anymore because there's simply too many troops on the left side. There's some horses coming up right now. Yeah, it looks really good for the left. They even got some here. Oh, yeah, all the Mr. Fu tactics, they're not gonna work. Napek is ready for this, unless he doesn't notice. We'll see. But yeah, militia gaming is like Fu's specialty. Always likes to like kill off the reinforcements or like go for the base. But yeah, you can see that that didn't work. He's trying to go back to the battlefield. Perhaps gonna try and attack them from behind, but I don't think it's gonna work because Napek obviously noticed it. Maybe he's gonna try and catch this. But we've got more pressing matters over here, because you can see that the left side is moving on onto the Dutch guys, and they're about to finish them off, it seems. B is preparing to attack 2 players at once, so Napek should definitely go to him. Their position is a bit better at the moment, because the right side started coming back. Yeah, some free kills. Pretty strange from Fu. He probably forgot completely about these troops here. And a little catch. Oh, that was an unfortunate one. Oh, come on. Just Storm, please. Please, Storm, attack for me. Ah, not gonna do that. But it's a really interesting spot they got caught themselves in, because yeah, he's not gonna catch that now. He's just gonna wait, and he's gonna kill this, because like it's 3 kills unless this gets caught. But yeah, Napek is gonna help. So you can see they're playing this pretty much without any mistakes. This is a really small army, so he can just shoot it like even with half of the bows. It doesn't really seem like the Dutch guys have any chance at the moment. I would be really surprised to see them win this. They're still gonna try. They should probably try attack this. Maybe not. Yeah, you can see B isn't even moving or doing anything, and he's still killing off Fu. This is not particularly amazing from the Dutch team today. But like I said, they had a bit less army. At least right on peacetime, because they still needed some swords, I think, from what I remember correctly. Yeah, Mitras is still lacking them. And B really doesn't care how much time it will take to kill them off, so they just take their time and try to destroy the barracks. But I think it's a matter of time until they say it's GG. There's like no chance that Fu can alone defend against 2 players with such a spammy army. Just look at this, there's so many troops here. Obviously a lot of these troops were available here, I mean were left here after the fight. Okay, Fu is going for the low hanging fruit. Some 3 kills taken from B, but there's like no chance they're gonna lose this. Yeah, it's like 1 minute, more like 15 seconds before they destroy the barracks with this massive archer spam. And there we go. So I guess at this moment gonna go and attack Fu, who's got a bit more spam at the moment, but it's I don't even think Napek has to help here. It's like 1 player would be enough for this, so they're still much more powerful. Probably gonna, oh yeah, Mitra's trying to make the second barracks now that the enemy has forgotten about his city. But I don't really think it's gonna work. Like, you can see that B covered himself everywhere, so this probably will die, and Mr. Fu is in no shape to fight over here. So it's GG. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. The first fight decided the game. Mitralas and Mr. Fu were fighting over here, at least Mitralas was, which was not the best idea, and it seems like with Mitralas' barracks gone and with all of their army being removed, it's GG. So let me just save the game. And let's see the stats. And before you guys quit, I heard there's gonna be a new game in about 40 minutes. I think I'm just gonna stop the stream for that time, and I'll be back once the second game is up. Let me see if nothing changed. Yeah, Glovica's still ready. Okay, so yeah, from the stats, it seems like it was a fair and pretty close game, right? Although Mitradas a bit less produced weapons, but yeah, something has happened this base like 5 minutes ago, and I don't think it was the invasion uh, of his city. Maybe, but not really sure. Yeah, I mean the timings are not right. You can see the attack went over here because then he started losing citizens. So there was some decline over here. So either he killed his builders off or he had some food problems. Yeah, I don't know. Michelas has a bit bigger base than Mr. Fu, so if he had the same kind of food, I think he might have had food problems. Definitely Napek and B shouldn't have had any. Doesn't look like they did. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's another game coming up in about 20 minutes. I should have said 20, not 40. So I should probably be back pretty soon for the next stream. So until that time,